guys, Kim here with Art Classes for Kids, and today I'm joined with Lily, and we are going to be showing you the second project in our first ever Valentine's art box. And it looks a little bit like this. It's these cute little character conversation hearts. If you like this kind of candy, then you're probably going to like this project. But if you don't like conversation heart candy, I think you can still love this project. Now, you know what? This is the first time I've ever done this project. I created it especially for the Valentine art box, and you guys are going to be the first ones to ever make it. So what you're going to need to make that, Lily is going to show you.
Well, first you will need your V2 bag, and what comes in the V2 bag is your instructions. You will not be needing these, but in case you want to make this conversation heart project again, you will have this in handy. And the stuff that you'll need in it, the other stuff that's in it are your 2 white packets of clay and your yellow packet of clay.
And if you've done art with us before, you might be familiar with Model Magic. If it's your first time, it's an air dry clay, and it's a lot like sculpting with marshmallows.
Your 8-pack of Crayola markers, and your foam board base, and your foam board tool. And then you also have your 10 pieces of wire, which we will be using for our hands and feet.
Well, to make the arms and legs.
Arms and legs,
That's
yeah.
right.
And then we have our pencil, glue stick, and name tag
For labeling our work of art. Yes.
And then we also have one other thing that you will need, and that is not in the box, and you will need a pair of scissors.
Alrighty, so gather up your scissors and that bag of supplies, and let's get started. So Lily, go ahead and push this out of the way.
The first things that you will need is your foam board base, your name tag, pencil, and glue stick.
We're going to get our name on it so that every year when you bring this decoration out, you know when you made it.
And your date will be different from our date because we are doing this in January, but it will be February when you see this video.
So once you get your name and date on that, just slap a little glue onto the back.
Or if you want, you can put it on the foam board, whichever way you want.
Whichever method works for you, as long as you can get this thing glued on. So I put this on the back. I've got my label on it. Now that's going to be my back side. I'm going to flip it over and just set it up above and give myself a little more workspace. This is not a messy project. This is markers and clay. This one, you're not going to need an apron or, you might want a table cover. It depends on the table you're using. We just use paper. You decide that for yourself. Okay, what we're going to do next is that we're going to get our scissors and these 3 packets of clay. We're going to cut open each packet of clay. So I just rip it open, and I'm going to have 3 flat chunks of clay. Just leave them in the formation that you get them out of the bag. Okay, and my last one. Alrighty, so I've got 3 chunks of clay. I've got 2 white and 1 yellow. We are going to divide these into thirds. So if you're 5, you might not even gotten to fractions yet. So we're going to show you how to do it. We're going to use our scissors to make marks, little lines, and watch how I do this. Check it out in the overhead camera. You're going to make 3 even parts by making 2 lines like this, and you look at each one and say, are those 3 all about the same size? If not, rub it out or push it out or flip it over and try again. But we want them in thirds. So I'm doing that to each piece.
Then next, you're gonna cut your thirds out of your
mark.
clay.
Yeah, right on the mark. So cut it and set it just like this.
And you should have 9 equal pieces. 6 white and 3 yellow.
I cut mine kind of bad. I got one that's smaller than the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recut the bigger one, and then I'm just going to stick this onto the side of the smaller one. So now mine are a little more even. You might do that accidentally. And you know what? no worries, because you can always fix that. Okay, so I've got this. So I've got 9 chunks of Model Magic clay. So with my chunks, I'm going to start to make the heart shapes, but I'm not going to have all white and yellow hearts because that would be kind of boring. I'm going to create some color. How are we going to make colors? How are we going to color these, Lily?
Well, we're going to take our markers and then we're going to
color on clay. So let's show you how we do it.
And also, you want to make sure you set 2 pieces of your white aside because we will need these for the hands and feet.
Yeah, so go ahead and put those on your base. Okay, I've got those. So set those aside so that you have those to save. And we're not going to use the black or the brown markers.
No.
So I'm going to move those aside.
And we are going to be making 5 different hearts. 5
hearts, okay? Now, the first heart I'm going to make, I'm going to take a chunk of white, and I'm going to show you how to knead the clay. What you're going to do is you're going to warm it up in your hand by rolling it in a ball, and then you can stretch it out if you want, and then re-knead it, which is like what you're trying to do. And if you have long sleeves, you might want to push them up. What you're trying to do is just rub it and blend it because it's easier to work with when it's warm. So you want it nice and warm. How are you going to get it warm is you got heat in your body, so your hands are warmer than the table. So you keep rubbing them and it gets nice and smooth. And now I've got this, but now I want to color this. I don't want to just color a ball. What I want to do is I want to color a big wide piece of clay. So I'm going to stretch my clay out. And if I want to make a pink heart, what color do you think I should use for pink heart? White plus what equals pink?
Red.
Yes, so I'm going to take the red and I'm going to color all over this.
And I'm going to make a light purple, so I'll do purple.
So you just color your clay and then you can either fold it up and re-smush it together, or you can rip it and stack it like this. It's up to you. But the more that I knead it, meaning that I mix it together, I'm mixing it, I'm stretching it, I'm mushing it, then I get this new color. And at first, it looks a little bit streaky. But the more I do it, the less streaky it is.
And this part is probably not the hardest part, but it will take the longest time.
Yes, you want to work quick on this. Okay, yeah. So what we're doing is we're rolling it, and mine's still a little streaky, so I'm going to do it a little more. Now, I like this pink. It's a really pastel pink, but you know, conversation hearts are generally pastel colors. So I'm gonna...
But you can do whatever colors you want.
Yeah. So I've got this, and now each ball, and I'm gonna leave it in a ball shape, as smooth as I can ball. As soon as I get it smooth, I'm saving that, and that will be one of my hearts. Now I'm going to do a new color, but I'm going to use yellow. The reason I'm using yellow is because I want to mix a color with it that will make like orange or green, which requires yellow, but since I already have yellow clay, I don't have to marker it with yellow. So I'm taking this, I'm getting it softer and warmer, and now I'm going to color this with some red to make it orange. I could use orange, but red is more intense. Let's just try red and see how it goes. I think this is the winner.
And because we're working with yellow clay and then you're putting red on it, the yellow will dominate it.
Yes.
Which means it will be coming out more yellow than red. It'll be a yellow-orange.
Yes, so now I just stacked it and stretched it, and now I want to get it warm again because then I can stretch it good. So it still looks yellow, but it's got red streaks in it. But the more that I mix it, the more orange it's going to get.
Ooh, this is a really small ball. I might add a little.
Oh no, it's a good size.
But
well, let's just see how they all go.
Yeah, and I might leave with this bright yellow.
Yeah,
but
you want a bright yellow? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I see it's a little orangier, but I want it more orange. So I'm going to stretch it out one more time and color on it one more time, and watch what I do. I'm going to color it. If I want it super dark orange or darker orange, I could go like that and make some more red on the other side of my clay. Fold it and now stretch it. Ooh.
This is like a neon background yellow in a way.
This is fun. This is the fun part, just stretching clay, because you know, it's a little like playing with slime, right?
Mhm.
If you like to play with slime, this is going to be fun for you. Okay, so now it's starting to look orange.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, I think this is
And
gonna
this is slightly smaller than this, but I think
they're close enough. Okay,
Yeah.
so I've got an orange ball and a pink ball. Now I want to get a blue ball. So I'm gonna need some white and some blue. And I need to get my white really warm so that it stretches out a lot when I make a flat little kind of patty out of it.
And you can experiment with different colors. You don't have to choose.
Yeah, you can
You don't
combine
have
some.
to do these colors or the colors we're doing. You can combine colors and see how they turn out.
Alrighty, so I've got blue. Stretch it, rip it. Okay, let's see how this one goes. This is the science part of our project.
Yeah.
Mixing the formulas to get the appropriate shade of blue. Oh, this is a pretty blue. I like it. There aren't any blues in our conversation hearts. It's just green. But we're gonna make blue. Maybe different brands of conversation hearts sell blue. Who knows? So I roll it and I stretch it, and I want to get all the streaks out. See, it's streaky. Woo!
Ah!
Keep kneading the clay. Okay, I think my blue's looking pretty good. Didn't take that much blue. Okay, so I've got a blue, I've got an orange, a white, a pink. Okay, I want to do a green one. So now I'm going to take yellow plus a little bit of green and see if I can get a light green. And I might even, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this in half, and I'm going to have half yellow and half white because I wanted a pastel. I want to have a pastel type of a green. So to make a color a lot lighter, you add white, but you don't want to use up all your white. And hopefully you've saved 2 little chunks for the hands and feet. Okay, so now I'm getting a lighter yellow.
Okay, so I have my purple, yellow, blue, and now I'm gonna do a orange and a green.
Alrighty, so I'm getting a lighter yellow, but not that much lighter, a little lighter. And now I'm going to add a little bit of green to this. Since green is really a more intense color, I don't need that much. Okay, I'm gonna
Oh,
start.
so you're
there.
going for like a lime green?
Yep.
Super cool.
I could have added just green and white, but I don't know. Go for a limey green. Oh, you're going for it too?
Yeah, I'm doing a green, but
A darker green.
It's like a darker green, yeah.
Okay, I like this color. Okay, I don't know if it made that big a difference to add the white, but maybe it did. We'll see. Okay, so I've got a light green. Okay, so now here are all my colors. I'm going to have a pink heart, an orange heart, that one that's blue, and a green, and I'm gonna make a purple heart now. So this one I'm going to color with a little bit of blue and a little bit of red. So let's see how this goes. I'm gonna have more blue than red, but
Ooh, I really like this green.
I've got red.
It's kind of like a grass green.
Ooh, it's pretty. And
Yeah.
blue. This is my patriotic heart. Looks like a little hat. Okay. So now I'm stretching it. It's gonna get all streaky. Starts out looking like not much. Okay, this is a tough one. Let's see, does it look too blue? Maybe I need some more red in it. Gosh, I think I need more red in it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to add
It does
more red.
look a lot
Where's
like
blue?
a very pale blue.
Okay, I'm adding more red to it. You're on your 5th one, I'm on my 5th one too.
Mhm. And then I have these 2 white pieces that are left over.
Ooh.
So I can make something else out of it.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a purple. It's not very dark. Looks kind of gray. Let me give it a more. Do you think I should add more blue or more red? Maybe a little more blue.
A little bit more blue and a little bit more red.
Okay. Oh wait, how about the purple marker?
Yeah, just put some purple marker in it.
Add a little purple in your life. Okay. Now we're in business. Now we're gonna get purple.
Yeah.
Okay, stretch it. Okay,
This
it's looking
orange
good,
is
but I want it
hard.
to be, I still want mine darker, so. Okay, I'm gonna put more purple on this.
Yeah, this orange is hard to get.
Yep, it's a challenge. Alrighty, now, do you have a favorite candy for Valentine's Day, Lily?
I don't know. I think I just like classic. I like the
Hershey Kisses?
no, I like the classic conversation hearts.
Really, I love these things that are like gummy hearts that have a cinnamon, that are red, you know, and they have cinnamon flavor. Those are like my favorite.
I think they also come in like lips. You can also.
Yeah. And I like Hershey
they're
Kisses.
like jelly lips as well.
And I always like York peppermint patties or Junior Mints and all that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So basically, I like all candy now. Okay, so now it looks more lavender. Do you think?
Yeah.
Should I make it a little darker?
Maybe.
This one's so light. Okay, it's one more dose of purple, and then I'm ready to teach you guys how to make some hearts. How to make heart shapes. Okay, this is the part that takes the longest, but it's also the fun part. Mixing. Okay.
Wow, this is still really. This is still really
Orange.
yellow.
But, oh, you know what? I think it looks orange. Hold it next to that. I think it's a great color. Yeah.
Oh, it's like a. Well,
Because
it's
look at that.
kind of
This
a
is an
mustard
orange
yellow.
one. It's a lot darker than that.
Well, it's kind of like a mustard yellow in a way. It's a
Okay.
mustard yellow.
Okay.
But I like it, so I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
Hey, it's actually quite cool. It's darker than your orange,
Mhm.
so yeah.
Okay, now I've got all my colors. This is my extra clay. I'm just going to set it aside.
Yep, and I'm gonna set aside my extra clay. And if
And now
you
we're
don't have any extra clay, you could just set it aside and then make something out of it later.
Yes. So we're done with the markers. So now what we're going to use is our little tool, and I'm going to teach you how to make one heart, and then we're going to repeat that 4 more times. So what we're going to do is you're going to press it down with your hand, but don't make it flat. Like, don't make it all the way flat and thin.
And
You want
it's
it to be
okay
kinda
if
thick.
it's not warm too,
Yeah.
because we want it to be kind of dry.
Now the bottom of the heart is a point. So we're going to make a point by pressing the flat side of this foam board and making like a point at the bottom or a corner. After we get that, like so, then we're going to flatten it. And so now we know where the bottom is. It's going to look like a cone or a slice of pizza, like this. It's going to look like this, or guitar pick. I don't know. There's all kinds of shapes this reminds me of. Then you're going to go to the top and you're going to cut it down maybe a third of the way down like this. You set it down and now you pull apart that cut.
Oh, yours is super thick.
Well, I like it thick.
Oh,
You
how
can
did
have
you
it
get
really
it
thick.
so thick?
I just didn't press it down as far. But you
Ah.
decide how thick you want yours. And then what I do is I push down on those little points and I go like this. And I can press it down more if I want it a little flatter. Want to get rid of those lines. And there is my first heart. Just looks looks like this. So I'll set that over here. Next, I'm going to the next one. I'm going to flatten it out. I want all my hearts the same thickness, so they look like they're kind of all related. Okay, so I'm gonna flatten that down a little more on the top. Now I'm gonna make the bottom go into a V shape. So I need to tap it and make it flat on one side, and then go to the opposite side and bring it to a point. Once I get point on the bottom, once again, I'm trying to get the shape that looks like an ice cream cone, or a slice of pizza, or a guitar pick, or a Hershey Kiss, you know, whichever shape you want to say it looks like. And then I go to the top and I cut, not halfway down, maybe a third. And with that little cut, I'm gonna pull it apart, and then I'm gonna push down the points that were at the top of the cut. And then I'm gonna fix it back up if it got out of shape, and I'm gonna flatten it back down if it got thicker. And both sides should look pretty good. And there's my second heart. Now I wanna see you do the next one all on your own. You know what to do. So Lily and I, we're just gonna cruise through making our next couple of hearts.
Also, make sure you don't want your hearts to be too small, or else you won't be able to write anything on them.
Yeah, or you won't be able to stick the wire in. Yeah, so you can have it. Pretty good size. Alrighty. Got 2 more to go.
And also, after you have done all of your hearts, we want them to be kind of stiff or dry. So if you do want to leave these to dry overnight, you can, and then resume the video the next day.
Yeah, or you can just keep up with us right now.
Yeah.
Because it can be done, but sometimes when it has more time to dry, it's a little easier. I'm on my 5th one. So I smash it, but not all the way, and then I make the V at the bottom. Find the top, let's bring it to a point. Okay. So you just take a look at your hearts and just see if you need to adjust them at all. They're also gonna get a little bit misshapen when you put the wire in and then you just readjust them again. So I've got my 5 hearts. Next, I'm going to start making the shoes. So I need to take one of these white chunks and
now I'm done with my
get it nice and warm in my hands so that I can work with it easier. Okay. Once I get this nice and warm, I'm going to roll it into a snake shape. I'm going to make it so long that it stretches out this long, as long as between the 5 hearts. Let's see. So I've got it almost that long, and I want it even. I don't want one end skinnier than the other. I want it consistent. Okay, I almost have it long enough. Okay, now it's long enough. Woo. Now I'm gonna divide this into 5 even pieces. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, let's just go like this. Let's just see if we can cut it right under each heart. See what?
It's like a finger
1,
length long.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna teach you how to make a shoe, okay? The shoes look like this. You're gonna have 2 pieces that are kind of long and then 2 pieces that are short. So 2 kind of rectangles and 2 squares, if these were going to be. So I want you to put those under each heart. Let's repeat that. 2 rectangles and 2 squares.
Oh, I got 3 squares out of mine. So I'm
You
gonna
did?
add,
Oh, well, we have some extra.
So I'm gonna add one to one that was
2
kinda short.
rectangles and 2 squares. 2 rectangles and 2 squares. Okay. And my last one. 2 rectangles and 2 I have some extra. That'll be my extra. Stick it on there. Okay, so I've got 2 rectangles and 2 squares. Now I'm going to show you how to make one shoe. With one shoe, you're going to need 1 rectangular piece and 1 square piece. The little square piece, you're going to roll into a skinny little snake, like that. And then the bigger piece, the rectangular piece, you're going to roll one end to a point, and actually the other end I'm going to leave kind of square. I'm going to have one end pointed and one end squared. Now on the square end, I'm going to take my little snake and I'm going to roll it into a little O shape, and I'm going to put that on the top of the end that's flat or squared off. It looks like a little booty, like this. You see?
That's
Zoom in.
super cute.
Okay, it looks like this teeny tiny booty. I'm gonna show you that one more time. Okay, so what I did was I took the little square piece and I rolled it into a snake. I took the big piece and I pointed one end by rolling one end down. So one end is kind of like a wolf tooth, like this, Lily.
Oh.
No, anyways, this is flat on one end, pointed on the other. And now I'm going to take my skinny snake, make an O out of it, and put it on top of the flat end. And that's my second. They look like little elf shoes. Okay? And now I'm going to do that to all the other ones. If you want to work faster, you can take both little square pieces and make the little worms. You can take both of these and point one end, then you make an O, you put it on top, make another O, and put it on top. So I already have 2 sets of little shoes. So go ahead and give this one your best try all on your own.
Oh, this one kind of went weird when I was making the circle.
That's all right. You can, if you mess up, you can always squish the clay up and try again. Okay, and now my last one.
Oh wow, you're working fast. And if we're going too fast for you, you can pause this video at any time, or if you just need to take a break.
Yeah, after you pause the video and you want to join us again, just push play and you'll be right back with us. Next, what we're gonna do is show you how to make the gloves, or the hands. I think they look like gloves. So you can take this full last white piece that you have and roll it into a worm just like you did the other one.
But first, get it warm first.
Yeah, and actually it doesn't have to be as big as long as the other one. Now you need 10 of these. So each chunk I make like a square, about the same size as how thick my little snake was. So I need 10 of these. This one was kind of funky because it was on the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You might have some extra clay left, just set it aside. So you want 10 of these little chunks that are about the size of a marshmallow. These look like little marshmallows. Then you're gonna take each one of these and you're gonna roll it into a ball. So you wanna get these nice and warm and roll it into a ball, so that you have 10 little balls. Now remember, if we're moving too fast, pause it whenever you want. All right, Valentine's Day. What does Valentine's Day remind you of? Me, mostly Valentine cards. And we will have a Valentine card in the next project. If you got the box and you want to make everything, the next project is the awesome pop-up card. But I remember being in elementary school and passing around those little tiny, Valentine cards. Give your friends some candy and a card. Make a little box to collect them in. That's always fun. Okay, you're looking good, Lily. Hopefully you're doing this step and with no stress. It's just rolling a little mini ball. After Lily gets a few more done, I'm going to demonstrate how to make a glove. Okay, because you can have your hands in all different positions once we're gonna put them all together after we make the gloves. And then you can put them all different directions. Now, this is how we make one. I grab one of my balls. We're gonna show you this on the overhead camera. And you can flatten it with this, just like that. And then I cut out...
But we don't want too flat. I
cut out 1/4. That means 1 corner of, you got 3/4 left. It's gonna look like a Pac-Man.
Or like when you have a clock, you're
12 o'clock
at 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Or it's 12 o'clock and 9 o'clock or
something. Okay, now what you're gonna do is gonna take this extra piece and you're gonna roll it and you're gonna make it into an O, kind of like you did with the booty.
Circle.
The circle. But this part is gonna be the glove. That's gonna go around the wrist later. You're gonna cut 3 lines on the top part of yours, and now you have 4 fingers and a thumb. You can just push in at the thumb, and then you put this ring around the bottom. And it looks like a little glove, kind of like a little Mickey Mouse glove, and it looks like this. You need 2 of those for every heart. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna press this down. I'm gonna cut out 1/4. With my spare 1/4, I roll it into a worm and make that into an O. There we go. And now with this, my little bottom part's gonna be my thumb later. And the top part, you're gonna put 3 tiny cuts in it. And now you've got 4 fingers and a thumb. And now you just put the O at the bottom, just like this. And now we have 2 gloves. You see how we got that? Let's do it again. Press, cut out 1/4. It looks like a Pac-Man. And then I roll it, make an O. And cut 4 fingers with 3 cuts. 1, 2, 3. And stick this onto the bottom. Okay, I have got 7 more gloves to make, so I'm gonna just cruise through them. Now you know how to make them, so go ahead and make all of your gloves. How's it going, Lily?
Great.
Okay. Okay, I've got 3 more to go. You've got 5, I've got 3. We're cruising. If I get done before you, I'll help you make one. Okay, I'm on my last one. Okay, Lily's on her last one. So as soon as she's done, I'm gonna show you how to take the wires and make the legs, and then I'll teach you how to make the arms. Alrighty, so now I've got 5 hearts, I've got 5 sets of shoes, and I've got 5 sets of gloves. Now we're gonna put it together. This part's tricky, so pay close attention. What we're gonna do is we've got these wires and we're going to carefully pull off the masking tape. And you notice there's one end that has a loop and one end that doesn't. That's because we need to poke the pointed part through and it's hard to poke the curved part. And also, just so you know, be really careful with these because these are small little parts. You don't want these to fall on the floor, and if you have a younger sibling, them pick it up and put it in their mouth if they're a toddler or something. You know what I mean? So be really careful with these. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these wires and we're going to bend it into a rainbow curve, a smooth rainbow curve. And this rainbow curve is going to go inside of this heart and come out curved like this. So when we put it in, we're going to curve and turn it down. We want it to come out the side and not the front or the back. So watch me on the overhead camera go in, and I gently poke it through, and I want it to come out somewhere over here. And there it goes. Came out the back. Once I have it down, I just set my heart down, and if I misshaped my heart, I just kind of reshape it. And then at the bottom of the pointed one, I'm going to add the loop, because the shoes are going to stick to those loops. What I do is I usually bend the loops forward like this.
And make sure your loop isn't too big that your shoe can't fit in it.
Then you take the shoes, and in the back, in between the little ring, the little O, and the bottom of the shoe, I'm going to push it onto the wire like this, and then I'm going to the back of the wire and pinching it closed. That. Let me show you that one more time. Grab your little booty shoe thing, push the wire loop into the shoe, in the back of the shoe, then flip it over and then pinch it behind the wire so you don't see the wire in the back of the shoe. And then you've got your little guy, and you can stand him up like that. But you don't have to. You can just wait till the end till we position him. And that's how you do the shoes. So now that you know how to do the shoes, let's do it. And I've got 4 more to do. You've probably got 5 more to do. I'll repeat the steps again. You're going to take your wire and you're going to curve it like a rainbow, like this. Then you're going to go in one side and keep your wire curved, and then curve it and come out the other side. And keep pushing it through. Once you get it through, you're going to make a loop at one end, at the end that wasn't looped, and pull it through and even it out. Squeeze the clay right there where the wire comes out, and then you're going to flex or bend the loop part forward. And now you're ready to put the little booties on. You take the little booty and you push it from the back. You put the wire into the back of the little shoe. Then you flip it over and you pinch it to cover up the back. Do that one more time on this one. Push it in and pinch it and pull it through. Alrighty, so now I know you can do that on your own now, so go for it. So if you are squeezing your heart and getting your heart out of shape, you can always reshape it at the very end before we put it on the board. Okay, I've got one more heart to add the legs to. Okay, so now I have all 5 sets of shoes attached to legs, attached to the heart. So now it's time to add the gloves. The gloves are a little easier to put on because you don't have to curve the wire. So I'm going to take my first heart and I'm going to put the pointed end straight through till it comes out the other side. Try not to squeeze your heart so much that you change the shape of it. So I've got 2 arms sticking out, and then I bend the pointed end so it has a loop. And now I'm going to add the gloves. So how I add the gloves is I just push this loop into the glove, and then I curve the glove. So I could have the gloves up like this, So go ahead and get them in position. I'm going to start them all off straight. And then when I put them on my base, I'm going to decide if they're hugging or high-fiving or waving in the air or whatever they're going to do. Alrighty, how are you doing, Lily?
I did great.
Yep. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get all of these wires into the sides of my heart.
Oh, this is my last
Oh, cool.
thing left. This is my last wire left. I only had enough for this.
They all fall on the floor. Okay. If you're missing wires, check the floor. They might have rolled off the table. Just when you thought you were done. Okay. So I've got my wire running through my little heart, and then I put the glove on and I squeeze it together at the wire. And now I've got 2 done. Okay, and I'm on to the next. Okay, and I'm bending the wire, and I gotta get the gloves on. So the gloves go onto the little loop at the end of the wire and squeeze. See, adding this glove on the other side and squeeze. Okay, so far I've got 3 out of 5. I got 2 more to go. Now remember, if I'm moving too fast, then put it on pause. And when you're ready, push play and you'll be right there with me. Alright, I've got my little arms. Glove. How's it looking, Lily?
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, I'm on my last little guy. Gotta get this wire straight through. Uh-oh. Sometimes if you bend it, you'll have to pull it back out and straighten the wire. And then just get your finger close to where it goes in and then push it. That's the trick. Okay, so I've got my 5 hearts all with feet on them and all with arms and gloves. So now I'm ready to decide what the phrases are that are going to be on each of my conversation hearts, and I'm going to draw them on. Traditionally, on most of these conversation hearts, the writing is in red or hot pink, and it's also in all capitals. So I'm going to take red, and I'm going to come up with some phrases. I'm going a little more modern. I'm going with, instead, I think that these, I should do the history of these candies and find out what year they were first invented. But they've probably been around for 100 years. And I'm going to do one that says hashtag or pound, hashtag love. Okay, this one, oops, let me make it a little bigger. Here's my first one, hashtag love. Now I'm going to do one that says text me. That's so now. Okay, what else should we do? I'm not gonna write TikTok me. Okay, I'm going more the classic one now. Be mine. Okay. Beauty. And the pink one I'm gonna name Flirt. Okay, I've got all mine. Now, once you have all of your hearts made, and also once you have all the arms, legs, and the phrases on them, you're ready to put them on your board. So let me show you how to do that while Lily's getting her messages on them. You're going to pose them either right before you put them on or right after. So this one, I think I'm going to put them here, and I'm going to have one hand up, and then one hand maybe, I wonder if I can get this hand on its hip. Like that, like that. There you go. Oh wait, I'll flirt. Okay, mine's gonna go like that. But I need to have my little booties flat on here. So you just push them, they kind of stick, but if you want them to stay where you can turn them upside down later and they don't fall off, then what you're gonna need to do is use your glue stick. So grab your glue stick, and then wherever your little booties touch down on here, you're gonna press that glue there and hold it in place. And if you need to re-mush your heart into shape, so now I've got one and it says flirt. Now, I could just space them out and see, oh gosh, where are these things gonna fit? Where do I want them to go? Gotta figure out if I have enough space. Okay, I'm going to have this in the back. So this one, I'm going to put glue on the bottom. And I'm also gonna put glue on the top. So I see where it's gonna go. It's gonna go here and here. So I'm going to squeeze it onto there. And I'm tilting it so I can read the lettering, like that. And I've got them. I don't know what I want to do with his hands just yet. This guy's going to be in the back. So this one, let me just get his boots kind of flattened on the bottom and get some glue on those. And then I'll see if he's going to fit right in there. So I know the glue goes here and here. Glue it on. Set that there. I've got 3 in place. Now I've got to get 2 more. So I'm going to get glue on the bottom of the shoe. That one I didn't glue both places. I'm going to see how this one holds. And one last one. This one. Okay, this one I'll put, you know what? Maybe I want to put one upside down, but I didn't write a message upside down. I have an upside down one here. So if you want to do an upside down one, you gotta have a message upside down. You can put him like doing a cartwheel or something like this one. And this one, maybe I'll have one leg. I'll have him on one leg, like he's balancing. Fine. Okay, and then I'm going to glue him to this guy. Let's get some glue on here. Okay, now I have it like this, but now I'm going to take a minute and just put the arms in positions. So I just bend them. Text me, I'm going to go put that arm forward. And this one in the back, I need some arms up. Maybe both of these arms are going to be up. And if I want my fingers to separate again and they stuck back together, I can cut them apart. Let's see. There we go. Love the flirt, guys. He's got both hands up. He's got both hands out. This guy's pointing. Love. I'm going to have him like he's doing a hug or like he's trying to hug. Flirt. It's kind of looking forward. His hands on his hip. Let's see if we can get this back over here. Alrighty, so now mine looks a little like this. Lily's getting hers together. As soon as she gets hers, we're gonna do our final reveal. Now, if you have extra clay, you can always make something with this extra clay, but if you wanna make it later, then make sure you put it in a Ziploc baggie or something that's airtight, and then take as much air out of it as you can for these things to stay soft. You could make little mini hearts scattered all around the bottom that you color with your markers. I don't know, there's all kinds of things you can do. Looking good, Lily. I like how you have that one sitting. If your wire keeps turning, then just squeeze the sides so that the clay's a little tighter. Make sure all your caps are on your markers when you clean up so they don't dry out. But you probably already did that. Okay, now are you guys ready to see how ours turned out?
3, 2, 1.
Ta-da! Now we've seen, you've seen ours, but we want to see how yours turned out. So I would love it if you snapped a photo and got it to us. We always reply to whenever anyone sends us an image of one of our projects. So how can they snap a photo and get it to where we can see it, Lily?
Well, you can post your photo to Instagram and tag it with our Classes for Kids, or you can email us at kim@classesforkids.com.
Whoa, that was fast. And until we see you on our next project, and we hope you had fun making this one, keep making cool art.